It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. And welcome back to our...
Wait a minute. This is strange. This isn't dated and related. What's going on?
Whoa.
Dude.
Dude,
I think we're in an alternate dimension, dude.
Dude, what?
This isn't dated and related.
No, it's not.
Did we just travel back in time to February?
To Lords of Love?
Lords of Love? It's back?
What?
Is Lords of Love back?
I think it is. Hey!
This is exciting, huh?
Wow. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, Netflix canceled Dated and Related, so we can't recap it anymore. It's really unfortunate for all parties involved. After 2 episodes, they canceled the series order.
Man, and we really wanted to, guys.
Yeah.
We really wanted to keep going with it.
We thought that episodes 3 through 10 were going to happen because the first 2 episodes were really good.
Yeah.
But they just don't exist.
It's crazy. We thought this was going to be the new Love is Blind. This is wild.
But it didn't happen. No.
No, folks, look. Dated and related. It's let's be real. Can we spit truths, Max? Can we spit truths on this
Let's
podcast?
be honest for the first time maybe ever.
Honest Ben and honest Max. Here we go. Ready? Here's the truth. The show's garbage and everybody knows it. Everybody says it. What the fuck are we doing, folks? We have standards, okay? We have standards.
I don't like the taste of olives.
Oh, you're doing the honesty thing.
But I wish I did.
I feel weird about my niece's name. She was just born. It's weird. We're doing the honest thing. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Oh, this is so awkward.
It's okay. They don't listen. They don't listen to the show.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's not that good of a show. I don't think anyone
really
likes it. We saw on Twitter. I don't know if anyone even watches it. So
yeah. No,
If
they
a
don't even
shitty-
Netflix didn't even create an account for it.
if a
Like every
shitty
show has its own account. Like they don't
Yeah.
even have social accounts for this show.
if a shitty show aired in a forest, did anyone watch it? Like, come on.
Yeah, except for the people who live in the forest and they only have Netflix, and for some reason only one show will load. And
Yeah.
it's dated and related. Those are the only people, and
Yeah.
even then they might opt to not watch it after
But
the first 2 episodes.
we have plenty of fun things going on. We have Love is Blind season 1 on the Patreon going on. We have the Challenge USA going on,
right.
which we're going to have 2 episodes of next week because this week I'm away after today. We have Love is Blind After the Altar debuting next week, which is very exciting.
We've been waiting months for this.
Yeah, like we have so much going on that Dated and Related would be a hindrance to all of the good things that are happening in life.
And Lords of Love is one of those good things. We've been wanting to bring this show back for a very long time. We've been very busy. We haven't had the chance. We thought, hey, let's kick Dated and Related to the curb and let's do something we love instead. Let's do Lords of Love.
Something positive for the community, maybe for the society, for the world.
This is charitable. What
For
we're
the
doing.
children
Yes. For the kids.
who are supervised by their parents.
Yes. All those kids in relationships that need relationship advice.
Yes.
We're here.
And I think that this first So if you're new to Lords of Love, the way this works is we read relationship questions from Reddit, sometimes other places, sometimes listener submitted questions, but usually Reddit, and then we give advice to them. So I think that this first question is I think this person really needs advice. Ben, are you ready?
I am ready, and I just want to state too, if you're watching live and you've got questions, comments, hit us up.
We're certified relationship experts.
Yes.
So we can answer your questions. We are the Lords of Love.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's true.
Yes. So here we go. This is from Reddit. I have a Grinch fetish.
Need not say more. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
No.
Hot. Is it Jim Carrey's Grinch?
Yeah, let's see.
That's what I need to know.
I have a Grinch fetish. My boyfriend knows about this and for the most part accepts it. He isn't crazy about it and doesn't really get it, but he at least tries, which is all I ask. He'll sometimes read the book to me to set the mood, or if he's feeling kinky, tells me, "You're a mean one," in the heat of the moment. He's even begrudgingly come around to at least playing one of the 3 versions of the film every time we do the deed, although we tend to stay away from the live action one because it's too much for me. What do you think she means by too much for me? Like too
hot,
too arousing?
Yeah, like
Jim Carrey. Ooh,
I want to be able to last more than a couple seconds. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Continuing. This is a long one.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't want to hear about the Grinch or listen to the Grinch or watch the Grinch. I want to be fucked by the Grinch.
Wow.
And for the record, this is common among women.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Ben, I was unaware, but I feel very ignorant as a man. I didn't know that all women wanted to be fucked by the Grinch.
Ladies, sound off in the chat. Is this a fetish?
I don't know if we need to be because now we know all women want to be fucked by the Grinch. Commonly.
Apparently so.
The Grinch's bulging sack of toys to me and many others
bulging sack of toys
is what a Mack truck is to Cardi B. Now, Ben, I introduced you to the song WAP. By Cardi B.
Yeah.
She says, I want you to park that big Mack truck right in this little garage.
And so is she talking about penis into a vagina?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is saying she wants like the Grinch's big sack of toys right
in her chimney.
In her chimney, yes.
Okay.
The fact that he's good with dogs and experienced trauma at a young age makes me want that long fuzzy dick even more.
Dip, she's just going for it in this.
I know. Good with dogs, I understand. Experience of trauma, so she's hoping that she can fix him.
Oh, I like that. She likes that he's emotionally vulnerable, but also emotionally a bit unavailable, and maybe that combination really excites her.
Yeah, and I think she's like, "Oh, he's danger. Like maybe I can like help him." That sort of thing.
I like this. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
My boyfriend asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told him straight up. I told him to put on the greenest, silkiest Grinch costume he could find, kidnap me from my bed on Christmas Eve, and then ravage me in front of the Christmas tree. I don't think that's a lot to ask.
No, it's not.
And honestly, it's really nice that like she told him directly. I think often, I've been dating my girlfriend for 8 years now. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what am I going to get her? Like, it's so hard every time,
Yes.
My girlfriend doesn't like jewelry. Do you know how hard that is? If she liked jewelry, it'd be so easy.
Amy doesn't like jewelry either. She doesn't.
Yeah, Marie doesn't wear jewelry, dude. Her ear piercings have filled in. What am I supposed to do?
it's gotten to the point where we just like exchange lists of things that we might potentially want, and then we'll pick and choose from that list.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because we're just like, what are we doing anymore?
Yeah,
what are
we would
doing?
never do. We'll never do that. We can never.
All surprises only.
All surprises only.
Well, maybe she'll get a Grinch this year. Huh? Maybe she'll get kidnapped.
I don't know. This woman is kind of selling this, isn't she?
She really is.
It's very nuanced. It's not just it's not just overtly sexual. There's an emotional side.
Yes, my wife commented it's a controlled surprise. That's a good way to put it. Yes,
yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
it does continue. He flat out refused. Said it was too weird for him. I like that it just got weird. Like everything else was okay. So he flat out refused. Said it was too weird for him. I was literally begging this man to let this pussy save Christmas, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." It ended up turning into a fight where he admitted he only gave into my initial Grinch kinks to placate me and was still uncomfortable about the fact that I had moaned Grinch during sex a few weeks ago. But only
you know what though, I have to cut in here. He's saying no to her, right? He's acting like a Grinch. Is this not turning her on even more now?
That's true.
He's denying the request? Isn't that what she likes? Come on.
That's good. That's so good.
Oh, why didn't I get Grinch sound bites? Yeah, why don't you just go in like, you're a mean one? But I have to go back because this full sentence is really amazing. He admitted he only gave into my initial Grinch kinks to placate me, and he was still uncomfortable about the fact that I had moaned Grinch during sex a few weeks ago, but only because his song was playing in the background.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, I wasn't calling you Grinch. I was moaning to the Grinch song. I know your name.
It's literally a mistake anyone could make.
Yeah, I wasn't calling you Grinch. I was just not getting off to you. I was getting off to the Grinch. Don't get us twisted. I know your name is Nathan. I was just getting off to the Grinch. My name's Christina. You're Nathan. I'm hot for the Grinch. I just can't literally fuck the Grinch because unfortunately he's not real.
I'm going to guess that she's one of those people that likes to start celebrating Christmas before Thanksgiving. Am I
wrong? So he's drawn a line. And if I don't drop the Grinch fetish, which, as I said, it's incredibly common among women, but sadly taboo, which we have to take her word for it. We have to take her word for it.
Okay, yeah, those two things don't usually go together, common and taboo, but okay, yes. I'm in on it.
And if I don't drop the Grinch fetish, which, as I said, it's incredibly common among women, but sadly taboo, he's done for good. I don't want to lose him over this, but it's really hard for me to see past my sexual proclivity. Proclivities, especially during Christmas season. Is there any way we can even compromise on this, or do I simply need a more adventurous man? TLDR, too long didn't read. All I want for Christmas is my boyfriend to dress up as the Grinch and fuck me, and he won't. Ben, can they compromise?
I think he needs to just fucking bite the bullet and do it. Just do it, man. Come on. It's not that hard. Come on. Just be the Grinch. It's not a big deal. The question I have is how many times is she asking for it? Like, is it too much? When it comes to kinks in relationships, like, if it's like every single day or every single time you're having relations, then it's like, then I could be like, I could see from his standpoint where it's like, this is getting ridiculous, like let's maybe every now and again, but not all the fucking time.
Yeah. I mean, she says that this is her fetish, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 24/7. So if he can't handle her at his at her grinchiest, then he doesn't deserve her at her ungrinchiest, which might not even exist.
Yeah. I think they must have a good enough relationship in terms of if she's willing to open up about this sort of, strange fetish, although I've been told it's common. That should be a great sign of vulnerability and communication within a relationship. So maybe they have something here. I don't know. I think he's the one that's got to bend a little here.
Well, he has to compromise because he could go to try to find somebody else, but apparently this is a very common fetish among women, and he's just gonna find another woman, and she's gonna have a Grinch fetish as well, especially around the holiday season.
Yeah,
the movie's on all the time. They're gonna watch Jim Carrey. They're gonna get hot and bothered, and they're gonna say, "Kidnap me and fuck me with your furry green penis, please." And he's gonna come crawling back to his ex-girlfriend, and she's gonna be getting plowed by another Grinch.
He's gonna have a really hard time, on those dating apps when his opening line is, "Do you have a Grinch fetish? If so, I'm not interested." I think that's just gonna push people away.
He's gonna be the most swiped left man in history.
Yeah.
History.
He's gonna have a photo of Jim Carrey's The Grinch and a big X on it. Yeah. And it's gonna say no Grinch fetishes, and people are gonna be like, this guy is a kink shamer, and it's such a common fetish that no person's going to want to ever sleep with him again. So he needs to bend here, I think.
I mean, she says she was literally begging this man to let this pussy save Christmas, and he said, nah. He's against Christmas.
Yeah, he's a real Grinch.
Yeah, which makes this so confusing.
I know. Like, can't she lean into this? Why not?
Yeah.
And be like, God, he's such a Grinch. Oh,
it just makes me think that this could work out. I think there is really hope for them.
He's natural. No matter how hard he tries, and no matter how much he hates it, he is a Grinch. He is.
I'm sure they were watching Dated and Related, and they listened to our podcast, and then they ended up on Lords of Love, and now they're going to listen to this, and then everything's going to be okay.
Yes. Case closed.
Case closed. We saved Christmas.
We saved Christmas. What's the next one? What else we got?
How can I get my boyfriend to stop digging his tunnel? So I know this is a weird question, which I don't think you should have to say. I don't see what's weird about this, but okay. But my boyfriend likes to spend a lot of his time digging a tunnel on some property that he inherited. I haven't seen the full extent of it, but last I saw, it was remarkably deep under the surface. He spent roughly a year on it, and it's evident. The front of the thing is deep, wide, well put together. At the front, which is the only part that I've seen, he's got cement beams, electric lights, even chairs, and a small table. I haven't gone into it, but it looked like the quality severely dropped as the tunnel went further, mostly becoming open dirt with some wooden beams holding it up. My biggest concern is his safety. I'm really worried that he's going to dig too deep and it'll collapse on him or something. I've tried voicing this concern to him, but he just laughs it off and assures me that he'll be fine. Aside from safety concerns, there's also the fact that he doesn't really have a social life because of this thing. I'm pretty much the only person he still talks to outside of his job. He doesn't go out and do anything anymore.
Hold on, I have to cut in. He doesn't have a social life yet, but once that tunnel is done, might be a different story.
Yeah, everyone's going to want to come hang out in the tunnel.
Exactly.
Also, if he meets mole people.
Yes. the best.
There's gonna be more people.
He might make friends with the cartels, Yeah.
Yeah. What's the end game with this thing? You got to think about that.
I'm hoping that they say it in this.
I think she's trying. I think he's trying to shield her from what the motive of this tunnel is.
It's tunnels usually are not a good thing unless they're done by the city or state.
Yeah, he's going to be friends with the prisoners that he's freeing. Definitely.
Yes.
So it used to be that he'd occasionally head out and do some digging on the weekends, but now he spends almost all his free time out there. He still comes home, but he barely spends any time with me. And I know that he isn't doing anything but digging that damn hole in the ground. This can't be good for his mental health, but I don't know how to convince him to stop. He's always really happy when he comes back from digging, which is why I haven't seriously tried to stop him before. But I was talking to a friend about him, and she told me he might be going crazy. Obviously, I don't think he's insane, but I hadn't considered the mental health aspect of this, and I just don't know what to do. Too long, didn't read. Boyfriend spends all of his time digging a tunnel, and I'm worried for both his physical and mental health.
Okay, so what we know is that he has no friends, but is it as a result of this, or did he already not have friends? That's an important distinction.
He probably didn't have friends. Some people just like their hobbies.
Well, that's what I'm getting at here is like, what, if this is something the guy loves, if he's a solitary man, then I guess leave him be to his digging.
Yeah, he owns the property. He likes digging.
The man likes to dig. His favorite movie is Holes with Shia LaBeouf. Just let the guy do his digging thing. Come on. I think she should
dig it.
Gotta dig those holes. Yeah. No, look. I want to know what it's for, and if it's just a fun little thing that he's doing, okay, great. But he's going to have to, if this is starting to create a rift in their relationship, which it clearly is, then, maybe you only dig on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, come up with a compromise. Yeah. Don't dig all the time.
Yeah, if she has a problem with it, I don't see why it's such a mental health thing. Unless she's like, hey, you're spending too much time digging these holes and you're not spending enough time with me, and then he's like, I have to dig the holes must be dug, the tunnels call to me, then I'd be concerned, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I must dig the tunnel, the tunnels call me. Then I'd be like, okay, we gotta, but Ben, there is such a thing as, according to Wikipedia, hobby tunneling.
Okay, so this is a thing.
It's tunnel construction as a diversion. Usually hobby tunnelers dig their tunnels by hand using little equipment, and some can spend years or even decades to achieve any degree of completion. So she should know that she's in for the long haul with this. She should saddle up. In some cases, tunnels have been dug secretly and others discovered by chance. And then there's a list of like 10 or 11 notable cases of hobby tunnelers.
It's too bad she doesn't share his love of tunnels, because then this would be the ideal relationship. She could dig with him, and she could try and help, with the blueprints and try and figure out where this damn tunnel's going to go. Because it's clear he needs a little, guidance and direction. It seems like he's just endlessly digging. I think he needs someone to direct him, towards a finishing goal.
Yeah, maybe, but listen to this. The American engineer and supercomputer architect Seymour Cray is known to have been a hobby tunneler.
What? Seymour
Cray, our guy.
That's our guy right there.
Yeah. He explained that digging helped him to think about computer designs. Quote, while I'm digging in the tunnel, the elves will often come to me with solutions to my problem, he said.
Holy shit.
So this he's just looking for elves. I don't see why this is a problem.
It's the opposite of a problem. It's searching for the solution.
What does she want? You say he doesn't have a social life. He's looking for a social life. He's looking for elves. Nothing is ever good enough for her.
This is very quickly turning into a Christmas-themed episode between Grinch and elves.
You found the secret theme in all of the relationships.
Where's the sirens? Where's the sirens? Do you have them?
The sirens?
Yeah, it's like Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yes. There we go.
We got a firework. A little bottle rocket. I love it. That's great.
Yes.
I love cake.
Look, I'm not seeing, if she doesn't share his enthusiasm for tunnels, I'm having a hard time seeing how this is going to work. She needs to get digging or get packing.
Yeah, tunnels seem cooler than she does, I gotta say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is
he like, I am also curious, is he coming home like super dirty? Does he have like dirt all over him, and is he tracking dirt in the house? Because now I'm thinking there could be other reasons why she's like annoyed by this. You know what I mean?
It's so cool. He's building tunnels. There's cement and shit. He's building like fortress tunnels and shit. He's building like mine shafts, Ben. That's such a cool hobby.
It is sick.
What if he's digging? What if he's really gonna dig a hole to China?
Dude, that'd be crazy.
What if he goes to the center of the earth?
That would be insane, dude.
What if he's trying to prove the hollow earth theory?
That would be sick, dude. Who knows what kind of like crazy battles and shit he'd have to go through with species and creatures that he's never, met before.
Dude, there's so many creatures down there.
We don't know what's down there.
There's probably
literally nobody knows, Max.
Yeah, but no one's ever been there.
Literally nobody has ever dug.
He's going where no man has gone before. She's trying to hold him back. The best thing she could do is break up with him to get out of his way.
Exactly.
Here's a little this one's a little naughty.
Uh-oh.
My boyfriend is extremely vain during sex and it's off-putting. Do I just have to accept it?
Okay.
Well, everyone should just accept everything. So, yes.
Is this about Christian Bale's character from American Psycho?
That was exactly what I thought of, and honestly, it kind of sounds like it.
Really? Okay,
yes.
Let's hear this one.
Boyfriend and I in our early 20s. He's a good-looking guy and relatively humble about it. On a day-to-day basis, he doesn't brag about his looks. However, in the bedroom, he turns into this arrogant, self-absorbed prince. Some examples of things he does. And no, I'm not fucking Gaston. When he gazes deeply into my eyes mid-sex, 90% of the time, it's because he's looking at his reflection. I am not kidding.
How could she tell that?
Well, the first time he did it, I got flustered, but then he started fixing his hair and said that it looks good. I realized he was checking himself out in my eyes.
No.
He wants me to moan his name. That's fine, but he also moans his own name, especially when he comes.
What the fuck?
The dirty talk revolves around him and his looks.
What the fuck?
He compliments himself a lot. He prefers to fuck in front of mirrors. He also has a mirror on the ceiling, and often comments.
American Psycho.
Yes, and often comments on how great his dick /ass /body etc. looks. Or he will point out how tiny I look and how great and strong and hot he looks.
Jesus Christ!
He really sounds like a
piece of work.
He created this part is beyond. So brace yourself, everyone.
Okay.
He created a mold of his own penis, and we use that. I've also used it on him upon his own request.
He wants to fuck himself.
Yes. This is fine on its own. Why? But it provides some context. He always says that I'm so lucky to experience him twice and that his penis is perfect.
Oh, what a dick. What an ass.
Yes, what a dick he has been. I agree. What a perfect dick. Admittedly, he was always like this, but it's starting to annoy me. Outside of the bedroom, he's completely okay. But when we have sex, he turns into this self-absorbed narcissist. How do I bring up the discussion with him without hurting his ego?
Man. I think we need to hook this guy up with Grinch Girl. That's what I think.
I do not believe that outside of the bedroom, this guy is totally okay.
No, there is no way.
No,
there is no way.
Or if he is, he's a sociopath.
Yes.
Like totally manipulative, and he's like totally like trying to steal her family's wealth or something, right?
He's probably like a professor of ethics or something.
I need to know how much money her family has, right? Like, does her dad work for like Deutsche Bank or something?
Yes.
Is her mom a Vanderbilt and then they're both married? Like, what is this guy's angle outside of the sexual relationship? Because if he's totally fine outside of sex, then there's an angle and then he can't hide it in the sex room.
You know what it gives? It gives Army Hammer vibes. That's what it gives a little bit. Where it's like
he's not trying to eat her though.
He's not trying to eat her, but this guy who on the surface is seemingly normal, and then you start to get a little bit sexual and it gets real weird real fast.
He tries to eat you, and then he moves to the Cayman Islands and starts selling timeshares.
Here, I've got some advice for her. Run.
One. Yeah.
Run. This guy's bad news. And you know what? Max and I, we don't like to kink shame. We do not like to kink shame, okay? But this is another level. It's not just a kink.
It feel like a kink.
It's straight up narcissism.
Yeah, this isn't a kink.
This guy just straight up has narcissistic personality disorder.
We are relationship experts. That means we can diagnose any disorder we want. Yes. We are self-proclaimed relationship experts.
Yes.
One time somebody told me that I give really good advice. So,
wow. Was it your mom?
My mom told me I give good advice. She always give me the best advice.
Look, like we're one step away from him creating a mask of himself and putting it on her while they're having sex. That's what we're so close to that moment now.
He's going to make a full latex bodysuit of himself.
Yes. On her. Yeah. He's going to call up the top, Emmy and Oscar winning makeup artist to make it as close to his face and
like a voice modulator thing. Yes. Like, sounds like me.
Yeah. Look, this is concerning. It's concerning. Okay. Yeah, this guy really loves himself.
To fuck himself is that's amazing stuff.
I mean, look, I am all about
fucking yourself. I fuck myself over all the time, so like I get it. I'm all about it.
I'm all about self-love and self-care, but this is to a level where you're neglecting your partner's needs and what they want. And no, this is clearly becoming an issue for her. It's clearly becoming an issue.
How is he supposed to know? She only just started to get annoyed by it recently. She's like, apparently for a while she's like, yeah, this is weird, but like whatever. And then she's like, now I'm getting annoyed. I wonder at what point she was like, this is annoying now. It
took probably the same amount of time as Grinch guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the same amount of time.
After 6 months, it's like, Jesus, this is getting ridiculous. You know,
It was like when he came to him moaning at himself saying his own name, that was when she got upset, you know?
Yes. We all have limits, right?
Yeah. But I think we agree she has to run, like we said
She has to
before.
run. Yep, that's the verdict. Case
Get
closed.
out. Goodbye.
We shut the book on this one. What's the next? What's the next problem to solve?
This is a 23-year-old male. He says, girlfriend, 23-year-old female, let me use her old computer while mine is broken, and I found an old archive wrote by her when she was 16. It is a long story about a maid in the antebellum South and has a romantic affair with the man of the house. It is not as overtly sexual as you may be thinking. I wasn't thinking it was overtly sexual. But okay, pervert.
Yeah, weirdo.
It has sex, mostly towards the ending, but it is mostly romantic and very emotional. The maid is clearly meant to be a version of my girlfriend. Everything was fine for me until the part where they arrived to a train station. The maid wanted to leave because she couldn't bear for their romance to be hidden anymore. The man was following her to try to convince her to stay. The issue is that I found the general representation of the station and, later in the story, the trains themselves to be full of anachronisms. I am a train enthusiast, and I know a lot about the history of rail transportation in the United States.
This is taking a turn that I didn't expect. Okay.
So I talked to my girlfriend about it, but she got upset because she says I shouldn't have read that because it was a personal thing from when she was a teenager. She was also mad that my reaction was something as superficial. He put superficial in quotes for some reason. I don't know why. As the level of train accuracy. Am I the asshole?
Yes, he is.
What? Why?
Because he's criticizing a 16-year-old girl's knowledge of trains. That's why.
Wait, are you telling me that you didn't take the history of trains your freshman year of high school?
My school was not that prestigious. No,
Particularly trains and train stations in the antebellum South. You didn't take a whole year of study on that? How uneducated are you?
so he seems genuinely upset. Like is he not in this? Like he seems genuinely frustrated that she got the names of the trains wrong in this.
It's just full of anachronisms. I just can't believe it's just.
It took a turn that I did not expect.
Everything was fine for me until the trains.
He is absolutely the asshole.
He's gutted. He's gutted. The trains.
Also, why the fuck is he reading her fucking homework from when she was 16?
It wasn't homework. It was basically like her fan fiction romance. It's basically like reading her diary.
Still, he should ask permission. He should be like, "Oh, I saw you have like a story. I saw you have like a story. I'm really curious to read it. Can I read it?"
That's what she probably would have said no. It's like my personal
She would have been like, "No, smut. It's too embarrassing. It was from when I was a kid, blah blah blah." Yeah, like but what's funny though,
that's what she's mainly upset about.
He doesn't even come after her for any of like the weird fantastical stuff in it. He comes after her for the trains.
let me mansplain trains to you real quick. They don't actually go chugga chugga choo choo. You know that, right?
Yeah. He breaks up with her and he says, don't let the door hit your caboose on the way out, sweetheart."
You said that the doors opened outward. They actually didn't open outward until 1900. You idiot. They opened inward at that time. I would know. I'm a train enthusiast.
Just so you know, the dining car would not be that close to the passenger area.
Yeah.
Okay, not during that time period. No, idiot. I mean, is it a science fiction? Because, like, maybe I guess I could try and understand it if it's like a science fiction story and it's some other dimension where they don't know about trains, and they make bad trains that aren't realistic or real. Then
No,
I
it
could
wasn't.
understand the story.
It wasn't science fiction. It was a romance story that I wrote to attach my.
Okay, well then it makes no fucking sense. Okay.
What I guess you're right. You're right. I was being superficial.
Look, I've got some notes. I say we do a couple of quick passovers on it, and we rewrite this bad boy, and we make. And I know this is a little unconventional, but the new main character is the conductor of the train.
You're right. Let's do it. I'll never make these historical inaccuracies again.
Oh my god, it's too good. I think that's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. So we agree, not the asshole, right?
Not the asshole. And if we're giving out advice, my advice is to enable a password on your computer.
Yes, that.
Don't let him go near it
If you
again.
can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's what we always say here. This is a very special one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a urinal in my living room, and my new girlfriend cannot handle it. She says she will leave.
The fuck?
Too long didn't read. This is at the top, but I really like it.
Okay.
I have a loo in the living room, not intentional. How can I stay with her? It's just there.
Okay, so he didn't put it there though.
Yeah, but listen to the story.
This is like okay, but this is like, we've heard the horror stories of New York apartments, right? Where it's like, oh, I got this great place in Hell's Kitchen or whatever, but there's a bathroom in the living room. It's
Yeah, but Ben, don't
give too much credit.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't want to tell you not where to give credit.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
You want to?
Okay, let's hear it.
I bought my house from an elderly man, and that is why my living room is fitted with a urinal. I never removed it and did start using it. My friends also have always used it. I have always kept it really clean and put cubes in it to try to keep a mint fragrance in the room.
Oh my god.
Fast forward to where I am now. A few months ago, I met a wonderful, beautiful woman. I really do like her. When she first came round my house, I covered the urinal with an old curtain, which I draped over it. It was not a problem. We spent the evening watching TV, had dinner in the room, and it was not mentioned. It was not an issue. A couple of weeks later, I had the guys round for a PS4 session, and whilst I was outside of the room, one of the boys pulled off the curtain and started using the urinal. My girlfriend walked in from the kitchen and saw him. She was horrified, could not believe what she was seeing. After a really heated argument, she left and it took a lot to explain things, but I did, and weirdly, it made us closer.
Really?
Yes, the urinal made them closer.
Wow.
Him
Okay.
explaining the urinal made them closer.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. If your relationship is dying, get a urinal in your living room.
I guess the fight made them closer. Maybe it was their first fight, and having to. I don't know. I don't understand when people say that, like, we had our first fight, but it made us closer.
He explained why there's a urinal in his living room and why his friends are peeing in it in front of me.
We are now 2 months into our relationship, and to skip forward, I am fully using the urinal 24/7.
She is?
No, he is.
Oh, okay.
He is.
Okay.
It is my preferred loo. I don't like having to walk upstairs. This has become a real problem with my girlfriend. She does not want to come over to my house anymore and will only meet up at hers.
Understandable.
I am totally into her and do want it to work, but I'm not into having someone else run my life and dictate that I can only come over to her house.
He's choosing a fucking toilet over his girlfriend. What is he doing? He's literally choosing a toilet over her.
I really don't want to change my house for her. I would like to hear from a woman's perspective. Well, sorry, that's not happening here. Is it something a woman would just adjust to over time? Again, no, we already said the too long didn't read. But again, I have a loo in the living room, not intentional. How can I stay with her? It's just there. But
how can you stay with her? Get the urinal removed right away and fucking apologize and hope to God she'll keep you as a.
But even if you can't get her removed, you could just cover it up and not use it.
Yeah, don't ever use it.
But that's where it is, Ben. What does she get to dictate what's proper? Okay, people pee.
My buddies should be allowed to pee in front of my girlfriend if they want to, without her consent.
Just close your eyes.
Just close your eyes and plug your nose. Jeez.
He has the mint cubes with the mint fragrance.
Does he have a sink next to this toilet? Is he washing his hands after each time he's using it? I'm curious about that too.
Maybe he takes relatively good showers, so his member is clean, so he doesn't need to.
Just sounds very unhygienic, this whole situation here. It's very gross.
Sounds rather convenient, though. Imagine having to walk upstairs to go to the bathroom. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
The horror? She's asking a lot for him. But we're thinking about...
Let me just say this. If they continue down this path, Max, he's going to have a recliner that's also a toilet at some point that he can shit in while he's laying on his recliner. Okay, this is where this is headed. This is a slippery slope of laziness here.
Okay, so he's giving up the urinal. What is she giving up for him? What is she giving up for him?
The relationship.
Because everything should be tit for tat, as we know in life. That's how life works. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, urinal for a what?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe to prove a point, she should start using the urinal too.
She should give up her Grinch fetish.
You're right.
Women all have Grinch fetishes.
Yeah. This is disturbing, though. It really is.
Dude, it's just there. He can't help it. Didn't you listen to it? It's not intentional.
This guy and his buddies sound like the biggest group of douchebags ever.
Mate, we didn't put it there. It's just there. We can't help but use it,
It's just there. Well, you're being weird. Like there's the
the loo is there. We didn't put it there.
Why are you assuming they're British?
Because they say loo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And whilst. So. But loo is a big hint.
Yeah. Well, I think they should keep their bloody dicks in their pants.
Their dicks are going to be bloody if they keep using the urinal. She's going to chop their dicks off. No, she's just going to break up with him, I think.
Yeah, she should. That's my advice.
Yeah. I guess he'll have to give up the urinal, but it's going to be hard. Why doesn't he just pee into cups?
Yeah, just pee into bottles. That'll work.
Yeah, give up the urinal. Just start peeing into bottles if you don't want to go upstairs. He's like, I'm going to give up the urinal, okay? I gave up the urinal. I just pee into cups now.
I'm sorry that they're all taking up the coffee table. I'll get them out by the end of the week.
Babe, you said to give up the urinal.
This guy's going to be wearing diapers by age 35. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Could be a diaper
I'm
man.
a little frightened.
Yeah. Yep.
Ben, I have a special one to end on.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's not a relationship post. It's a confession.
Ooh, okay. From you personally?
Yes. No.
Okay.
Yes, it's from r/confessions on Reddit. I like to creep around my home and act like a goblin. I don't know why, but I just enjoy doing this. Maybe it's my way of dealing with stress or something, but I just do it about once every week. Generally, I'll carry around a sack and creep around in a sort of crouch walking position, making goblin noises. Then I'll walk around my house and pick up various different trinkets and put them in my bag while saying stuff like, I'll be having that. And laughing maniacally in my goblin voice. Trinkets can include anything from shit I find on the ground to cutlery or other utensils.
Oh, God.
The other day, I was talking with my neighbors, and they mentioned hearing weird noises like what I wrote about, and I was just internally screaming the entire conversation. I'm 99% sure they don't know it's me, but God, that 1% chance is seriously weighing on my mind. Ben, do you ever creep around your house and act like a goblin?
All the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't think this is that weird. Don't we all do this? Maybe it's a guy thing. Women act like the Grinch. They have Grinch fetishes, and women, they want guys to act like the Grinch, but really, we're acting like goblins.
Yeah. Goblins, Grinches,
trinkets I have trinkets. That's what we do. We go,
Now, ghouls I can't do because I'm too afraid of them. Okay.
Yeah, yes, too spooky.
Too spooky for me.
Definitely. Yeah. This was really brave of this person to be the first to say it, though.
Look, I'll just say this: as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, I think it's fine. Do what you want to do. I really do, though. Like, if it's not hurting anybody, he's not in a relationship, right? I guess if we're talking about relationships,
he wasn't in a relationship. Why would that hurt a person?
Well, yeah. Well, it would be up to the partner, right? I don't know.
Well, what's wrong with creeping around and going, "Ooh, trinkets, ooh"?
I guess if she likes it, then great,
But if he dislikes it, I don't get why didn't this? What if this guy's been gobbling his whole life? Why should he change it? It's not like a urinal.
Yeah.
This is what he loves to do. He likes to creep around his house and act like a goblin. It's his passion. This is his hobby tunnels.
Yes, this is his tunnel. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Now, if we're talking about, since this is a relationship/dating advice podcast, if we're talking about relationships, I guess the relationship here is with the neighbors, right? It's their neighborly relationship. Do we think that damage is going to be done to this neighborly relationship if he gets outed as a goblin? My suggestion to him would be to start talking about, how much he loves Lord of the Rings or playing Lord of the Rings loudly while he's goblining. And so people just think he's just, watching Lord of the Rings all the time or something.
That's a good one. Or just be like, hey, that guy next door, I was walking by and he was screaming like a fucking goblin. Just say somebody else is doing it.
Yes, really, that's good too.
Really creeps me out. Fucking guy's a goblin.
Yes. That's good. Just throw someone else under the bus.
Yeah. And then you should record and be like, listen to this recording I have of him goblin. Really record yourself going, oh, trinkets. Ah!
And then he goes, and you know what? I also heard he's got a urinal in his living room, and he uses it all the
The living room urinal is so wild to me.
It's pretty fucked up. It's crazy.
It's so frat house.
It's so fratty. Him and his mates just using the fucking urinal right in front of the girlfriend in the room.
Like, yeah, I won't use it, and eventually being like, she can't control me. You're not my mom. You're gonna love me with my urinal, or you can't love me at all.
I think we closed the case on the goblin. You know?
Yeah, goblins for life.
Yeah, go full goblin mode. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, this was so much funner than Dated and Related.
So, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's right. There were 2 people from Texas on that show.
This was Optimus Fine, Ben.
Oh, God. No. Folks, I know I want to do more Lords of Love, and I'd like to see some more participation from our rascals. So if you have any future questions or wanting dating advice or relationship advice for you, for a friend, for someone else you know, send us all of your questions. Our DMs are open on Twitter, on Instagram. I think we even have an email, right, Max? What is it? realityalertpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Send them that way. We'd love to hear them. Hell, we'll even put you on the show if you want to come on the show and ask. Okay?
Yes.
You want to come on our show? Come on. So join us. We want to make this an inclusive thing with all of our rascals. So please do send those in. For those of you who are looking forward to another challenge recap, that's going to come next week. We're going to be a little busy this weekend. So next week we'll have 2 episodes of the challenge recaps, and we're going to have a After the Altar Love is Blind recap. Maybe we'll finally be able to get some interviews with that Love is Blind season 2 cast after that as well.
Fingers crossed. We'll see what Netflix does, you know.
They're being weird these days. They're being weird, but
just about Love is Blind. Yeah.
Yes. So hopefully we'll get that done. But yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up. We're excited. Otherwise, I don't think there's much else to plug except for we're doing Love is Blind season 1, a rewatch on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/reality alert. You can see it on YouTube if at the bottom of our screen. We got it here. So please do check that out. That's it. Thank you. Stay rascally, rascals. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your 2 best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Winky, winky.